Hi guys, what's up and welcome to another video. As you can see, I've upgraded my setup a bit here and I have myself doing a little bit of animated talking in the corner there. Yes, I am not very good at animating, so me moving my arm up and down is as good as it's going to get. So for this week of Artfight, I am first off attacking pink_pop on Artfight, and I am doing her OC Tango. I am referencing the image in the left hand corner so you can see her OC there. This is me drawing Tango, giving a thumbs up, and this was my first attack of Artfight, which I made at 8 p.m. when it went live my time, so this took me 1 hour and 13 minutes for the whole attack. I really like doing this one and it's a bit out of my comfort zone as I usually draw people. Then for my next attack, I attacked Eggy, your homie, and her YouTube channel is Unicorn Power Channel with those stars on the sides, and I attacked her OC Heather. So Heather has a bit of a storyline. She's like a ghost school, she's undead, and she's a teen, like a late teen, and I drew her having a jumper that I would think that Lewis got her, who is another one of her OCs, who is a zombie boy. As her colour palette is usually just blues, I added a bit of green as homage to him, and I made her eye like dark blue instead of red, so I didn't have to put a warning on my artwork. So my third attack is at Zaylors, I don't know if I'm saying that right, and red and blue are her OCs. So basically I think these are newer OCs of hers, and they're like balloon animals, and I don't know if I executed it quite right, but I had this idea of that they were actually the humans in this scenario, and they were holding their own balloons and their balloons were human balloons. So I did change the colours a bit because at first it looked like that was their umbilical cord, but then I think I got it down and I really like the finished result, and that was also on Thursday. So now for my fourth attack, which was also on Thursday, which was Fuji the apple, and I'm attacking Coaster. I think that's how you say it anyway. I made her apple sort of like a humanified version, and I just drew her how I thought her energy was, and that is the photo there, if you can see it in the corner, of what the original Fuji apple looked like. It was just her Sona, and I added a few stars to the background and a swirl, and that was it. So for my fifth attack, I attacked Bride from Screeching Box, and that was also on Thursday. She was a fun OC to draw, and I did green line art, and it took me 28 minutes. My sixth attack, also on Thursday, was Blepstep, which is a Sona. I really enjoyed drawing this little guy. It took me 15 minutes. This next attack and the last attack of Thursday was attack 7 of Ugly Angel, and I drew him with a little flower. I ended up drawing 2 of him. I thought he was really cute. I don't think he's ugly, obviously, and I drew him with his wings out and one where he is just holding his little flower, and that is all the attacks for Thursday, 7 attacks. Then moving on to Friday, which I did 3 attacks on, the first of which was at Artie and her YouTube Sona. So at first, as you can see, I used a posable model, but I didn't like how that was turning out, so I sort of changed things on my own, and I thought her legs looked like disproportionately long. I think that is a struggle with these kind of models anyway. I like the little swirls I did on her cheek, and overall I think it turned out really nicely, and I like the colour palette that I did for the whole drawing. It feels like very nostalgic and very sort of old school. I like the stars everywhere. I think it looks great, and she has a similar hair color to mine, so I sort of like went with that, and yeah, I like how it turned out in the end. My second attack for Friday was Redacted, which is another one of Eggy_your_homies OCs, as she revenged my last attack. You will see we started a chain, but I will display all the attacks I got this week at the end of the video, so I won't show you at the moment what she did attack, but I will show you that later. I used a posable sitting 3D model just to help me because I don't know how people sit down apparently, and I just drew her on a rock and looking off into the sunset, which I think was a very her thing to do. She is cursed apparently, and that is why she looks the way that she does. I went for her original design with the outfit, and that is it. For my last attack of Friday, I did Hazel by Aqua Spider. This is actually her in real life girlfriend, so I gave her a cute outfit and I put her original glasses on her head. I really had fun layering the rendering for this one, and I had fun using like soft brushes, which I wouldn't usually use, and I sort of made her look like an inventor almost with the glasses on her head, which I really liked. I colour picked the colours for her skin and hair as I usually do, and then changed up a few other colours, and yeah, I really enjoyed drawing her. This one took me quite a bit longer. I think she took me 1.5 hours, as that's why the speed paint's going on, and that was the soft background colouring, and that was all for Friday, those 3 attacks. Then on Sunday I attacked Aqua Spider again, drawing her moth sona and her comedy moth sona, and this one took me 28 minutes. They were dancing together, and then I did Nomi, a little ice cream sundae girl who took me 51 minutes to do, and she was also again by Coaster, as I really like this design and the way it looked, so I just went and did it. I wasn't sure what pose to do originally, so I just did a basic one, and yeah, I'm not mentioning how many points all of these gave me, as I don't feel it really matters if you enjoy the process. And then I did 2 nose beasts again after Aqua Spider, as you know, I like her simple characters, and I did 3 attacks total. Then moving on to Sunday, where I did an attack on Uli by Zarots again on Artfight. I really liked her design. She's like an alien trying to fit in. I really liked the way her hair was like really big and poofy. I do a lot of my characters like that, but more so with a bubble style, so I tried to get that across in my attack. So yeah, and then moving on to Monday, I did 2 attacks on Kanai and one on I Am a Fudging Potato. I drew Kanai's character from his comic, and I drew I Am a Fudging Potato as her sona, and yeah, that was it. Timing wise, the first one took me 1 hour and 3 minutes on Elena, and the second one took me 37 minutes on I Am a Fudging Potato. So yeah, I enjoyed drawing both of these characters. They are almost sort of polar opposites, and I've never spent so long on a sort of like bust up piece as I did on Elena, but I really like how it turned out in the end. My last two attacks this week were both made on Tuesday, and then I didn't make any on Wednesday, the last day of this first week. So I attacked Eggy, your homie, again as a revenge, and I drew her character Lois, who I was referencing from before, who is a zombie boy man who is undead and has a crush on Heather. So I drew him, I stuck with most of his original design, I changed some of the parts of where he was green and where he was like normal skin colour, and then I made his hair jagged and sort of made him a bit more scary, I'd say, but still friendly and approachable looking. And then on the last one, I just kind of did another snow beast. This one was a fluffy snow beast, and I really enjoyed just playing around with this one just because it was a simple shaped sort of character, and I really enjoyed drawing the snow beasts generally. And here are all the attacks that I managed to complete this week, ranging from 1 to 18 as shown on the screen. I am really proud with how many I got done, as I actually assumed that I would only get 15 done this month, so I am really happy with how many I did. I think next week will probably be a slower week, as I also have some other things to do that aren't really art related, but I will still keep you up to date and will be posting a part 2 to this video. Without further ado, I will now show you all the attacks that I received and all the defenses that were made towards my characters. So I want to start off by saying I'm very grateful to everybody who attacked me so far, even though it was just 3 attacks, but I'm completely fine with that, seeing as I really like what those 2 people did. So the 2 images at the top are from Eggy _ your homie. Like I said, we started kind of like a revenge chain, and that was what she made from the attacks this week. And then below that is a revenge from Screeching Box after I attacked her with my bride character artwork. So thank you guys so much for watching this video, and that brings us to the end. And in total, like I said, we made 18 attacks, and the majority of those attacks was, I think, on Thursday, where I did 6 attacks in one day, which was crazy, but I didn't have anything else going on that day. And then the day with the least attacks was this week, Wednesday, where I made 0 attacks. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope to see you in another video. If you did like this video, please give it a like, and please subscribe down below if you want to see more Artfight related videos from me, more art videos from me, or journaling videos. Bye!